Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl AmandaEnsing, and today we are getting chocolate wasted with some glam. If you're new, welcome. Don't forget to hit subscribe, join my A-team if you're not already a part of my YouTube family. So for today's video, I created this autumn kind of going into holidays look. I really have been like craving a chocolate lip, so I kind of revolved the whole look around the lip color. I feel like personally, I usually always revolve my looks around whatever lip I'm gonna do. And when you do a chocolate brown lip, it can be really hard to figure out what to do on the eyes. So I created this look for you guys today. I hope you love it. Also, as an extra bonus, I use all drugstore makeup, and oh my gosh, the makeup's so good. Like, I can't even believe this is all drugstore. Drugstore has some amazing makeup. Whenever I started this journey, I used only drugstore makeup. And since then, drugstore makeup has evolved so much. They're killing it. And this is the look that I created for you guys today. So I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did. And if you want to see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. All right, you guys, so I already applied my moisturizer. I used an oil all over my skin to hydrate, and then I did my brows off camera. I used the LA Girl Soft Brown Brow Pomade, and then I also applied concealer on my eyelids because we're gonna start with the eyes today. So I just used a concealer as my eye base, and I set it with a translucent powder. So now we are ready to dive right into the eyeshadow. You already know I got my matcha, so I am ready to beat this face now. All right, so I'm gonna use the City Mini palette. This is from Maybelline. Look at how cute it is. I have not tried this one before. This is in the shade High Rise Sunset. So I'm gonna be using this for our little fall, autumn, going into Christmas, holiday time smoky eye. I don't know what I'm gonna call this look yet. So this is what I'm gonna use today. I love doing drugstore makeup looks. I know I don't do them as much as I should, and I feel like as a beauty blogger, because I get so much PR, I have access to more expensive makeup, but in reality, like, makeup is so expensive. So I wanna make sure I use as many affordable products as I can. For those of you who are balling on a budget, trust me, I was there for my entire life until a couple years ago. I just hope you guys know that. Like, I don't want to always be using expensive products on my page and you're like, okay, Amanda, we get it. Like, I want to use drugstore stuff too because drugstore has some amazing products. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's start with this shade right here, and I'm going to take a fluffy brush and we're going to buff this in the upper crease area. I want to do kind of like a little chit chat through this makeup tutorial as well. I don't really know what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to kind of wing it. First things first, so I finished, I don't know if I told you guys I finished it or not. I think I did. I finished The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and then I watched The Haunting, what is it called? The Haunting of Hill House, right? On Netflix. I watched the whole thing in like 2 days, and I swear to you, by the time I was done, I thought my house was haunted and I was hearing things. And what freaked me out even more is that I was finishing the last episode and Molly started like freaking out, and I was like by myself on the couch, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's literally someone in the house. So I like ran upstairs and didn't finish the whole series until like the next morning because I wanted it to be daylight out because I was so scared. But I really liked that series, and I don't like scary movies, I don't like scary things, but I really liked it. I would recommend. This color is going on really nicely, very smooth. I love how they're all matte in the palette. Like, it looks like there's a little bit of shimmer in them if you look in person, but I think it's more of a satin shimmer because it's going completely matte onto the eyes. I'm gonna take this dome brush. It's a Morphe M513, discount Amanda online and in store. Holla at your girl. I'm gonna take the exact same color, this one, and we're gonna start heavily concentrating it in the crease. Like, I'm taking a lot of it. So I'm gonna go back and forth and really start building up the product in the crease and on the lid. This color is just so fall to me. It's like pumpkin spice. I'm gonna update you guys too on like what's been going on in my life and like the last week or so. I feel like, I don't even know where to begin. Okay, it's been a really overwhelming couple of weeks for me. I've had so much going on with social media, YouTube, beauty, but also behind the scenes, like in personal life. I feel like there's just a lot to do all the time, and I feel like it's kind of that moment where I feel like I can't breathe. Like, I just feel like I'm doing so much all the time, and when I feel the happiest is when I'm filming and taking photos and editing photos and videos. Like, that's what makes me the happiest, is when I'm actually creating content. I feel like it's just been hard to find like any time to myself lately, and it's been a little bit overwhelming. I've also been working on a lot of things for like future projects, and I know it's so annoying because everyone's like, oh, I'm working on something, but what's even more annoying is when I can't talk about it, like when I can't show you guys what I'm doing. And I never really understood. I was like, well, why can't you talk about it? But for me personally, like a lot of things I'm working on, they take time. So it's like, I don't want to talk about it. And then it's like, well, when is it coming out? When is it happening? but also everyone copies everyone, I feel like. So I'm also afraid that if I let you guys in on like stuff that I'm doing, someone else is gonna see it and then do it first or steal the idea. So I feel like that's why a lot of the times a lot of us are kind of like more on the DL about stuff until it comes out, which I totally understand. Now I'm gonna go in with the brown shade. I really want it to be mainly like this orangey color, but I'm gonna go in with the brown and deepen it. The biggest project that I'm working on right now is the biggest move, the biggest deal for me of my entire career, which comes with a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, but I'm just so excited. Like so excited. I'm trying to get together some behind the scenes footage and stuff for when everything comes together. You're like, oh my gosh, when everything comes. It'll be a minute, but I promise you guys it'll be worth it. Like I promise it'll be worth it. Also, I feel like holidays came out of nowhere. They really snuck up on me. Now I'm mixing both the brown and the orange and just going in and deepening the crease. I really love this brush for the crease. In other news, Aspen is getting so big. If you guys don't know, Aspen is my puppy. I have another dog, Molly, and I think she's about to be 8, which is crazy, but she's a Yorkie. Aspen is a Pomeranian, and she turned 1 a day after my birthday. And it's so crazy because she's so fluffy and she's getting so big. I feel like I always put them on my Insta story and Snapchat, but like my dogs are my life. Like I'm that annoying person that's always snapping their dogs because they're my little girls. And she's like just now starting to develop personality. Like she copies everything that Molly does, and she's so in love with Molly, and Molly could care less. Like Molly loves her, but Molly also gets like really annoyed with her. And anytime I'm like, Aspen, like if she's doing something wrong or I'm trying to get her attention, Molly will just start barking, like trying to tell her like, yeah. And I'm like, Molly, like stop disciplining her. So now I want to cut out the middle of the crease. So I'm going to do like a little halo. So I'm going to cut out with concealer and then bring it downwards. So I'm just going to take this LA Girl Pro Conceal. It's the concealer I'm using later, the best concealer in the entire world. And I'm going to take this BH Cosmetics number 10 brush. It's a little flat brush like this and cut it out. The easiest thing for me when doing this is to look downwards and kind of make my starting point, and then I look up to see how high it is. And I'm bringing it straight down. All right, so I'm gonna take a flat brush and the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm gonna set the concealer. I'm gonna take a Morphe M514. It's a little bit fluffier than the last brush I used, and I'm going to take the light orangey color and the brown and start fading it into the crease. All right, I'm just taking the lightest color and I'm lightly buffing above the crease to bring the shade upwards. Very light pressure. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our lashes. So I'm gonna curl my lashes, add mascara. So let me curl them first. And we're gonna actually try a new mascara today. I usually don't care too much about my mascara just because I usually wear falsies. But I just got this in the mail. Hold up, where is it? Oh, here it is. All right, this is the brand new Makeup Revolution, the Mascara Revolution. Look how pretty. It's in a rose gold packaging. The wand is thick, thick. So let's see how it goes on and if it does anything. Actually, it's not bad. It's not clumping up like I figured a big wand would. It's not bad. Added a little bit of curl. I definitely would like to see more volume. All right, definitely gives more of a natural look to your lashes. I don't hate it. I think she's cute. What do you guys think? For falsies, I'm gonna use Koko Goddess Queen Bee lashes. These are $7.99 a pair, so I consider these at drugstore. If you're looking for something more affordable than this or something at your drugstore, you can always use Ardell. Ardell has amazing lashes, but these are my favorite affordable lashes. All right, lashes are on. Yes, you guys know how I feel about lashes. Lashes complete every single look. Alrighty, let's move on to foundation. So I'm gonna use the Maybelline Master Prime. This is the Blur and Defend primer. I'm using a lot of Maybelline, I'm sorry. This is not sponsored by Maybelline, but I do love their drugstore products. They're one of my favorite drugstore brands. So I'm gonna take like this much. I know it looks like a lot, but it's not that much. And I'm gonna apply it all over my skin. Oh, it smells really good. I'm also gonna use a Maybelline foundation because this is one of my favorite drugstore foundations. It's the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. I probably only have 1 or 2 uses left out of this one. I'm in the shade 128 Warm Nude, and this is like the most flawless drugstore foundation. It makes everything look smooth and airbrush, and I love it so much. And I'm gonna apply it with my beauty blender. Like, I have like nothing left in here. I'm gonna have to go buy a new one after I film. Is there like anything left? I'm gonna be so sad. Okay, I see foundation in there. Do you see how it covered up all of my redness? Like nothing, and it looks like your skin. I love this foundation so much. I'm literally scraping it out of the bottle right now because I want to use this today. Like, I literally have so many foundations, but I wanted to use the one that was empty. That's usually how my life goes. All right, I applied such a thin layer, and look at how good it made my skin look. Next is concealer. I'm gonna use the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I freaking love this concealer so much. It's so good. And I think it's like $4 unless they raise the price. It was like $3 something. I think it might be $4 now, but it's literally like my favorite concealer ever. And it's so affordable. And then I'm gonna set it with my loose Maybelline Fit Me powder. And this is in the shade Bisque. So this is what it looks like. It has a little brush. I honestly wish they would change the packaging, but I'm not complaining because this concealer, you guys, is so bomb. I know I've used it in so many videos, but honestly, it is so, so good. And it's creamy and thick, but not to where it's gonna crease. Like, I don't know why, but it doesn't crease. I'm also gonna take the shade Toast. It's a darker shade, and I'm gonna use this to contour. So I'm gonna go right on my cheeks, also on the side of my jawline or chin, whatever. And then I'm gonna add a little bit on the tip of my nose and around my hairline. Wow, she looks like a makeup artist. Hi. All right, in other news, back to life update. I was talking about how life seems like it's just moving so fast, and I feel like I've been so overwhelmed lately. Like, I don't know, it's been weird. Like, do you ever just get overwhelmed? Not for no reason, but overwhelmed just because you think too much. Like, I overthink everything, and I'm such a perfectionist. I'm a typical Virgo, and I feel like all of my like stress and anxiety is self-induced. Like, I literally do it to myself, but it doesn't make it any better. Like, it's still hard, and I like just stress myself out. Do you guys ever do that? You just like stress yourself out over nothing, and you're like, why was I stressed about that? Like, it's not even that big of a deal, or you know it's gonna work out in the future, but I don't know, I stress myself out. And I've been doing that a lot lately. Like, I just get really overwhelmed, and it sucks. I hate it. Honestly, I feel like social media makes it worse sometimes with my anxiety because I start to get FOMO, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have done that. Or why didn't I think of this? And it sucks. Let me know if you guys feel that way too. I don't think it's just because I do social media that I get that, but I feel like, I don't know, social media makes my FOMO and anxiety worse sometimes. All right, I'm gonna blend my concealer a little bit more just to make sure there are no creases before I set it. I'm gonna take the excess just on my forehead where it's shiny, a little bit on my chin, and then I'm gonna go right underneath of my contour just to sharpen it up. And I'm using the Fit Me powder in the shade Fair. The only reason I was bringing up why I've been like super anxious lately and stressing myself out is because if you guys have been following me, like, I always like to make my channel a positive space. And I never want to bring negativity to you guys. Like, I hope I can always lift you up, but I'm human too. And I wanted to talk about it just because I feel like I don't talk about that kind of stuff very often, but it's normal. Like, feeling anxious, getting stressed, overwhelmed, like, these are all normal feelings. So I never want you guys to think just because you see me or other people on social media that our life is perfect and everything's happy all the time. Just because someone always puts out positive, happy stuff all the time doesn't mean their life is like that. They're just choosing to put that out there. And again, I feel like a lot of us start to compare ourselves because of social media, and it's totally normal. Like, anytime I'm having a bad day, I'm just like, okay, it's a bad day. It'll go away. Tomorrow will be better, you know? A bad day or a bad week or even a bad month does not dictate a bad life. They're just seasons, and you grow from it and you become stronger and you learn. And when you come out on the other side, you're like, oh my gosh, I learned so much and I'm so much stronger. And you really learn what you're capable of and how strong you really are. I know for me, like, I didn't really know how strong I really was until I went through hard things in my life. And even now, when I continue to go through seasons that are rocky and whatever in my life, in a weird way, I'm thankful for them. The tough seasons bring growth. And whenever I go through a hard season, It sounds weird, but I try to enjoy it as much as I can because I know I'm gonna grow and I know I'm gonna learn and I know I'm gonna come out stronger. At first, it's really hard when you go through like your first rough season. You're like, oh my gosh, what happened? Like, what did I do? But then you learn so much. So if you're watching this and you're having a bad day or a bad season, just know it will get better. So cliche, but it will get better. Trust me, believe me, there are better things coming and it will get better. And you're gonna be a badass bitch when you come out on the other side. I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild bronzer in the shade Queensland, and I'm gonna go over where I contoured. Taking my Essence Brighten Up banana powder, I'm gonna do top of my nose. So I didn't have a nude drugstore liner for the waterline, so I just used my MAC one that I normally use. And now we're gonna go ahead and smoke out the lower lash line. So I'm going back to the palette and I'm going to mix the brown with the orange. Now I'm gonna take the burgundy matte shade on an angled brush and I'm gonna go right on the lash line. So I'm gonna take it right up before the waterline. For my blush, I'm gonna use the new Bretman ColourPop collab. This is so cute. This is lit all over the box, and this is in the shade Stop It. It's an orangey, burnt orangey pumpkin shade, similar to everything else that we have going on right now. Oh, it has his name on here. That's so cute. All right, so here's the color. For my highlight, I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild loose highlighting powder in the shade Written in the Stars. I have never tried this, so please. I'm hoping it's gorgeous because it looks so pretty inside of the tube. And it's little stars. You can't really tell on camera, but the little sifter thing is a star. They're little stars. How cute. Okay. All right. She is pigmented. Do you guys see that? Oh, yes. So pretty. Do they have more loose highlighting shades? This one's more of like a champagne pinky tone. I would love to see if they had a gold one. It's just so reflective. Do you guys see that? Oh, I'm in love. Wow, it's so freaking pretty. Doesn't highlight just change everything? Like, honestly, obsessed. Wow, Wet n Wild, you did that. Honestly. The last step is lips, but before that, I'm gonna apply my lower lash mascara, the Rimmel Lash Accelerator. She's back. She's back. I had to go change really quick. I did my hair and change to my little outfit that I'm wearing. So for my lip pencil, I'm gonna use NYX Koko lip liner. I actually used this in my last tutorial and I love it. And today we're doing a brown lip, so you know I had to go with the brown lip pencil. All right, for my lip color, I'm gonna use the CoverGirl Melting Pout Matte in the shade 345 Paradise Lost, and it's brown. I actually haven't tried these before. This is gonna be my first one, so. You definitely have to build it up, but once you blend it, it kind of applies a little bit streaky. So it's not my favorite formula, but the color is beautiful. Last but not least, I'm gonna set my face with the Morphe setting spray. She ain't going nowhere. All right, you guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, join my A-team, and don't forget to turn those post notifications on so you never miss a new video. I'm gonna go eat some tacos now. I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video.